Did you laugh for a minute yesterday? Did you get up yesterday morning? Coach, are you crazy? I'm not going to laugh for a minute. Then you're not serious about being the best you that you can be. I don't mean you got to do it every day. I mean you just got to do it one day to realize what the effects of that are. Increasing the blood cell, increasing white blood cells, relieving stress, eliminating pain. All these things are humor. Now, would you say that you're a role model for humor? That's really what the goal is. You're trying to become a role model for humor, where you can laugh at things that other guys stress out about so much. Let's look at three things, or three examples of humor. Abraham Lincoln. As you figured out by now, Abraham Lincoln's one of my heroes, one of the guys that I think had all these qualities. Well, one of them he had was humor, without a doubt. Abraham Lincoln and Stephen Douglas were debating. They were running for the Senate, and they were debating. And back then, a debate was like a Super Bowl today. They would have a political debate, and all these people would come. I mean, there would be thousands of people there. And when one of the speakers said something they agreed with, they'd cheer, just like when you scored a touchdown. And that was the event of the day, having debates between, at that time, Lincoln and Douglas. And these debates, verbatim, word for word, were published in the newspapers, play by play. And in one of these debates, Douglas was just going, and he was talking about how two-faced Lincoln was. He would tell one group one thing, and he would tell another group something else. He was by far the most two-faced person there was. And it became Lincoln's turn. And Lincoln stood up and he said, now I ask you people. You people are pretty smart people and you got good eyesight. If I had two faces, do you think I would wear this one? Abe wasn't a real good looking guy. But that changed the whole perspective of, all that stuff that Douglas had debated about being two-faced. The only thing people remembered from the two-faced was Lincoln's quote about, if I had two faces, do you think I'd wear this one? In a real tense part of the war, they were all in the war room awaiting news from the front in a pivotal battle. There was dead silence in the room, and there was stress and tension, because it really was, if they won the battle, they were going to win the war. The war was going to be over. And they were all sitting there, and you got Stanton, and you got everybody in the war room, and it's just a bundle of nerves. And Lincoln said, I want to tell y'all a story. After the Revolutionary War, Ethan Allen was in England. And he was visiting all these princes and monarchs and all that. And at one particular place, he had to go to the bathroom. And he went to the bathroom, and in the bathroom, they had hung a picture of George Washington. Real insult. I mean, they thought that was cute. And Ethan Allen came out, and the Prince George or whoever said, what did you think about us hanging a picture of George Washington in the bathroom? And Ethan Allen said, I think that's pretty smart of you people. Because if anybody would scare the out of you, it is George Washington. Well, everybody had a good laugh. It erased the tension. It relieved a lot of the stress. In today's time, you find people that have the ability to make a joke when there's real, if they didn't make it, it would be something bad. There was a coach in the Southeast Conference that at his Booster Club meeting came out and said, I guarantee you, we are going to kick Nick Saban this year. We're going to destroy him this year. They had never beaten Alabama. They had never beaten Coach Saban. But he said, we're going to beat him. Well, of course, the news people couldn't wait to get to Saban. And they just knew that he was going to come back with something, and then there was going to be a big rivalry, and there was going to be all these things. And they said, this coach said he was going to kick y'all this year. Saban, without a moment's hesitation, looked at him and he said, in golf? Well, it relieved everything. All of a sudden, it wasn't a big deal. I mean, it was a humorous thing. And he relieved the stress and the tension of the manner of the guy making such a egregious statement about the game. See, that's how you use humor. That's what you become as a role model. You figure out a way, and I'm not talking about to sarcastically make fun of someone. I'm just talking about how to handle things in a humorous manner so that Lincoln wasn't making fun of Douglas. He was making fun of him, calling him two-faced. He was using humor to relieve the situation. You use humor to relieve the situation, and it'll make you the best you that you can be.